it is about that time where first-time college students are getting ready to pack up and leave home in, well, I guess about a month or so. There's so much to know about going off to college. It's overwhelming. Books, class schedules, all that, managing time. But there's something to talk about with your teen that's very important. That this is something that actually you might not even think about. Understanding sexual assault and harassment. Joining me this morning, attorney Sabrina Cronin from the, Sabrina, let me get your, it's the Cronin law firm. Yes. Sabrina Shaheen Cronin. So let's talk about it. And we just showed video of the survivors of the Larry Nassar sexual assault case. They were at the ESPY Awards last night. All of these women up on the stage. It was a really powerful visual. So that's an extreme case where we talk about sexual assault, but we're talking about more subtle understanding of what an appropriate relationship is with a professor, right, or an older adult.
Yes, well, that happens so often, and people are afraid, typically women are afraid to come forward because the professor has clout or a social standing or a tenured position, and because the law is so difficult to show any kind of harassment, that people are afraid to come forward for fear of ostracizing or retaliation.
So
it's difficult.
Is there a typical scenario that you have seen or heard about involving college students and professors?
Well, yes. I mean, typically it's less about the sexual nature. It's more about the control, even though that sexual attraction is, developed, and the student sometimes thinks, oh, if I'm friendlier with my professor, maybe I'll get an A.
Right.
But then it goes too far, and then the student is embarrassed. They don't know how to handle it. They don't know what they should do. They don't know if they should keep quiet or be silent. But now with the momentum of all the movement, after the Weinstein scandal or the, hashtag, the Me Too hashtag movement, people are coming forward more, and it's getting less and less polarizing.
So let's begin with what do you tell your kids who are headed off to college? And I would say men, women, boys, girls, what do you say to them about appropriate interactions with the professor or with other students, I guess?
Be careful. Know your school's policies about that. Don't be in, secluded areas of the university or the campus alone. Be careful of boozy social interactions with your professor. Just try to always maintain that professionalism, that professional contact. But more and more universities do have sexual harassment policies. There's been a recent case out of UCLA. It started in 2015 where a student sued a professor. It didn't have a large monetary settlement, but in 2018 that professor has now been discharged. That never happened before. Large universities now have these policies and procedures in place to be able to handle these things.
And how do you, this is something that we adults struggle with, so how do you help a student, a college student, understand the difference between a normal, friendly interaction to one that crosses the line? What does the law say about that?
Well, it's less legal and just more being reasonable and practical and just common sense. If it feels uncomfortable, then it is. Then you really have to follow your instincts. Trust your gut, trust your instincts. And if something doesn't feel right, then it's probably not right.
And in fact, it's 1 in 10 female graduate students report being sexually harassed by a faculty member. Yes. So it is happening, but like you say, it's just something that we don't talk about that much. And it's not one of those big going off to college things that's on top of mind.
I think it's something that needs to be reinforced in the home. I think you really need to discuss it with your child before going off to school. It's nothing to be embarrassed about. It's just about learning how to behave and knowing what proper human behavior and etiquette and, again, that professional standard should be.
And make sure your student, because this is a time where the students are told, this is all about you now. It's not about mom and dad who are at home. So make sure your student feels empowered to either go to another faculty member or contact you, of course, contact the parents, right?
And more universities have certain, you know, areas and resources now where they never had that before. There's huge departments now just dedicated to this, so the student does feel safer to be able to go and talk to someone, and they should never be embarrassed about it.
All right, good information. That's when, you know, I'm trying to think of all this stuff, so I will add that to my list.
Yeah.
Thank you, Sabrina.
Thank you.